TPK, Community Corner. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Black Magic Craft. I just want to reflect a little bit about stuff going on in the community that I think you should know about. There are some fairly unknown people and channels that I want to recommend to you, but there's also some very big channels, far bigger and more established in the community than I am, that if I tell you about, half of you are going to go, well, yeah, obviously I know about that. But the thing is, I've noticed that as my channel is growing, I am quickly becoming a lot of people's first introduction into terrain building, or even D&D terrain, or even D&D in general. So it's put me in an interesting position where now I am people's first introduction and not the people that introduced me. So I think it is important that I introduce all of those people to the real pillars of this community, the people that made me want to get started. So the number one person, you cannot talk about community and channels without talking about DM Scotty. Scotty is the godfather of this hobby and this community online. And anybody who would argue that is insane. DM Scotty has been making tutorial videos of how to make cheap, easy terrain and craft for your D&D game for 4 or 5 years now. He's got hundreds of videos and he has done amazing work. And more importantly, he started the DM Scotty's Craft and Games Facebook group that is by far the best online community for this hobby. If you are not a member of that Facebook group, as soon as you're done watching this video, heck, like right now in another window, go join that group. It is the best place for you online, especially if you're new to the hobby. There's like, I don't know, 10,000 people on there, and everybody is super friendly and helpful. It's amazing because in the same day, you will see people posting pictures of elaborate, hyper detailed, intimidating builds right next to a simple thing that somebody made out of some cardboard and hot glue. And the wonderful thing is that both those types of projects get equal amount of attention, respect, and enjoyment from the community. If you ever have a question that you feel stupid asking, that's the place that you can do it without feeling stupid, because everybody there is keen to help people and share their knowledge. And honestly, there is no attitude there whatsoever. And I don't think I've ever found a place online that was that warm and inviting and just wonderful of a community. If you're unfamiliar with DM Scotty, his channel is called DM's Craft, and his group is DM Scotty's Crafts and Games on Facebook, and you owe it to yourself to check out his videos and join his community. Links are in the description. Now, DM Scotty was my introduction to the hobby when I went on YouTube looking for some information. But I very, very, very quickly also came across a channel that is my personal favorite and is run by one of my favorite people in the community and somebody I'm happy to call a friend now. That man is Hankering for a Nail, and his channel is Drunkens and Dragons. If you don't know Drunkens and Dragons, you need to change that. You need to call in sick from work and spend a day going through his catalog of videos, because he has imparted more knowledge for the crafting DM, just DMing in general, than anyone I know. He is a treasure trove wealth of, I think he's part alien. I don't think he's of this world. He's just amazing. That's all I can really say. Now, his channel is not a dedicated crafting channel, by no means. Most of his stuff is more philosophical. It's about how to be a DM, how to run a better D&D game, but while using terrain. So you can take all the crap that I show you how to build, and he will teach you how to use it effectively, how to run awesome encounters, how to design a room, just how to be a badass DM. Hankering for a Nail. And here's a funny thing. Most of you have seen his channel and you've heard his name a million times. It took me like a year to realize what Hankering for a Nail, what that name, I didn't realize that it was a pun on hankering for an ale. How did I go a year not realizing what his silly name meant? Anyways, check out his channel. I'm going to talk about his channel more in a future TPK because he is about to drop a bomb on the RPG community with his own designed rule system and that I've played. It's going to be awesome, but we're going to talk about that more in another episode. Now that I've talked about two of the titans of the community, I want to take a chance to talk about a couple channels that are just starting out and I would like to recommend to you, and I think they could use some more subscribers and some more attention. The first of those channels is called Starships and Steel, and it's run by a friend of mine, one of my Patreon supporters named Keith, and he talks a lot about different crafting stuff. Sometimes he does some tutorials. He focuses a lot on the Conan RPG, which I don't play, but if you do, then you definitely want to check out his channel. Overall, he is just an enjoyable, cool guy that I would love to share a beer with. So I enjoy watching him talk about whatever it is he feels like talking about that episode. And one of the things he does like talking about is beer, which after D&D and terrain building is probably my third favorite hobby. I really like craft beer. So he does little reviews with it in his videos. So if you are into that sort of thing, you also may enjoy that. And another smaller channel that I think you guys might enjoy is called Quasi's Bell Tower. And this is a channel that is run by a guy named Andrew. He's a big part of the online community. He makes some cool stuff and he does a lot of tutorials, and I myself have learned some stuff from his videos. And he actually just recently did a video making like a Gothic style fence that used these really nice looking plastic skewers that he got off Amazon, and they look really cool, and he bought like 10,000 of them. So after he was done with making his stuff, he sent some out to a few of us other channels, and I got a package from him with these, which I'm really thankful for, and I will be using them in a future build myself. So of course the links to both of these guys' channels will be in the description below, and I will also put a link to the skewers I talked about because they are something you should pick up. There's a lot of things you could build with them, and I think in future Black Magic Craft episodes I'll probably be using them. And unrelated to terrain building, another channel that I really enjoy is a channel called Taking 20 by my friend Cody. I actually had the honor of being a guest on his show not too long ago, where we just had a discussion about terrain, encounters, crafting a setup, just different stuff. He comes from a Roll20 Theater of the Mind online kind of background, and I obviously come from the tabletop with 3D terrain background, and we kind of discussed the places where those types of games cross over and where they're different and the dangers of each of them. You should probably check out that video. I'll put a link to that video specifically in the description, but from there you can jump around and check out all the other stuff he's done. He's got a lot of cool videos about how to improve your game, different things. He also did a 30-day D&D video challenge where he answered a whole bunch of questions over the period of the month, which is a big undertaking for him and something that I probably would not put in the effort to do. And the last thing I want to talk about in this community sort of segment is Oath of the Frozen King. There is a publishing company called Absolute Tabletop. Really, it's 4 awesome dudes from the community who love D&D and RPGs, and for years have been in no small way improving that community. One of the ways they have been doing that is by releasing supplements and adventures, and they are really good. They are by far my favorite independent publisher. Some of the best games I've run were the Sewers Under Sandwall game that I did based on their module. Link in the description. They are just really cool guys. They each have their own channels, which I might talk about in future videos separately. But the important thing is that they are about to launch a big supplement called Oath of the Frozen King. It's a unique sort of thing because it's not an adventure. It's not, it's an adventure kit. You know, it has tools in it to craft your own adventure and encounter, and you can reskin it and you can use it many times. So it's the kind of thing that you don't buy it and run it once. You can use it in your toolbox over and over again. They currently have a Kickstarter running for it to fund it, and it is it is very successful. So I don't even need my kind of encouragement from my viewers to go check it out, but I think you guys should check it out if you are interested in high quality independent publishings. The Kickstarter is going on, well, by the time this video airs, it might be coming close to an end. So click on the link sooner than later if you're interested in buying a hard copy. I can say that this little adventure kit is going to be very enjoyable for your game table. And I can say that honestly because I just recently actually played in a playtest game of it that was hosted by Nate from WASD 20, another person you should check out. And it was a really fun one-shot adventure. I had a really good time playing it. I've also watched some other playtest videos of people playing it. And the amazing thing is we both played in the same adventure. They were totally different games. Not like there was some crossover, but it's like I could have played in the other games and had no spoilers known, or at least not many, because the way this adventure kit is set up, it lends itself to repeated use. That is my last referral for this episode. And if you are watching this on the Friday that it was released, that means this is your last chance to enter the contest I'm running for this free Proxon Hotwire table. I'll put a link in the description for that contest. Go fast, last chance. I am going to announce the winners tomorrow. And on that, I should bid you guys farewell. Of course, if you like this video, hit that like button, drop me a comment below, hit subscribe, check out Black Magic Craft on Facebook, check out my website, blackmagicraft.ca. There I have an Amazon affiliate store where you can buy all the gear you need to build cool shit. And a small part of all those sales help to fund this channel. If you really, really want to help me and this channel out and you want to say thanks for the work that I'm doing, the best way you can do that is by supporting Black Magic Craft on Patreon. The funds from my Patreon supporters are the reason that I can continue to invest time into this channel and buy equipment to make it a reality. I got lots of cool rewards for the people who help me out, so please check it out. All right, guys, until next time, cheers.